Howdy folks, I'm Scoryth, the Crimson Renegade, and welcome back to Final Fantasy VII. Last time we finished off Part 2, we got a little romantic moment between Cloud and Tifa, while we waited for the rest of the crew to see if they were actually going to come back or not, because they sent them out to go make sure they knew what they were fighting for before we went to the final battle. Which we're not going to the final battle just yet, but you got to go along with the storyline there. So I'm going to go ahead and say yes to a save real quick and be right back. We'll continue on with Part 3 as soon as I come back. Alright, we'll start to him real quick. Take care. Alright, at this point we could actually go down this ladder here and enter the northern cave. We're actually at the northern cave now. We haven't crashed. We've landed somewhat safely, I guess. You can go down this ladder and we can begin the end game, but we're not quite ready for that yet. We've got still some more stuff to do. So what we're going to do is we're going to run back inside. I'm going to check my characters real quick, and remember that I've got level 4 limit breaks for Tifa and Barrett. I'm going to return to the bridge real quick, and I'm going to land the back to the world map. So grab the pilot here. Full pilot. Alright, he's finally leveled up to maximum. He's not worried anymore. And you see we're now at the northern cave. If you actually wanted to land in the northern cave, you just drive over here and you would press B to land, like if you were going to land on grass or anything. You would descend and you'd go back outside to where you saw me just now with the edge of the highway and the ladder going down. But we're not going to do that yet. So what we're going to do is we're going to fly around, find some grassland first because I want to check some things real quick. Let's land over here. We haven't talked to the Chocobo Sage in a little while. Alright, we already have level 4 for limit breaks for Tifa and Barrett. I want to check everyone's limit breaks first real quick, make sure I've got them all. Alright, I'm pretty sure I know which ones I don't have, but I want to make sure. Alright, we've got level 4 limit break for Red, but not Vincent. Okay. Kate Sith does not have a level 4 limit break. Yuffie. Alright, Sid has earned his, Yuffie has not earned hers. So we just need to get Yuffie's level 4 limit break, Cloud's level 4 limit break, and Vincent's level 4 limit break. Okay, that is fine with me. So we go ahead and bring Tifa and Bear back in the party. I don't feel like changing up gear right now, so I'm just going to leave them in. So we just need to get Yuffie's and Vincent's. We can do that in a little bit. First of all, let's go ahead and take this moment to go into Chocobo Sage's house and see what he has to say. Anything new since it's been a while? You remember anything? A Chocobo was bred from a great Chocobo and a good Chocobo. These are different classes of Chocobo they're talking about. There are, I believe, 4 different classes of Chocobo. There's poor, good, great, and then wonderful. I believe those are the 4 classes of Chocobo. There could be 5 of them. I'm not 100% sure. I'm not fully versed on the Chocobo side quest system, so I'm gonna try to give you what I'm fairly certain I know, but I may be slightly inaccurate in some spots. If you give them carob nuts during breeding, there's a chance you'll get one of these Chocobos. So where you get these Chocobo, we can get these carob nuts, and he's not going to know. Alright. Again, you can come back to him later and he'll answer the questions. But pretty much I already know the answer to that question. We can get, in order to get a green Chocobo, we need to catch, excuse me, we need to catch a good Chocobo and a great Chocobo. And as far as what I'm going to do here, the whole point of getting the Chocobos is, as you already know, the High Wind, despite it being an airship, can't land anywhere it wants to. There are some areas on this world map that it cannot land. However, we can do the Chocobo breeding side quest, and we can get Chocobos that can cross multiple different types of terrain. Mountains, rivers, lakes, and eventually oceans as well. Unfortunately, the Chocobo breeding side quest, essentially as a side quest, takes a tremendous amount of time and grinding to do. So unfortunately, I will not do the entire side quest. That said, that also means there are going to be some things that I will not be doing because it would be easier to have some items that are only available by completing the Chocobo side quest. So to avoid being vague, I'll just get right down to it. There are 4 different colors of chocobos. 5 different colors of chocobos. There's the yellow chocobo, which is the basic default chocobo. It can't do anything except ride on land. That's all it does. I mean, it can ride on any type of terrain, but it can't climb mountains, it can't cross rivers, it can't cross oceans. There's the green chocobo, which we know down there, called a mountain. It's also called a mountain chocobo. It can climb over mountains. It can cross over mountains, just like these here. There's the blue chocobo, which can cross oceans, but cannot climb over mountains. Essentially, the blue chocobo acts kind of like the buggy that we got earlier in the game. It can cross rivers and shallow areas of water, but it cannot cross over mountains. Then there is I believe it's the black chocobo, which combines the blue and green chocobos. It can climb over mountains and cross shallow areas, but it cannot travel across oceans or deep water. And then finally there's the gold chocobo. That is the ultimate chocobo you can get. The gold chocobo can go anywhere on the map. Can go across land, can cross mountains, can cross oceans, can cross rivers. It can go literally anywhere. The problem is that in order to get a gold chocobo through the breeding process takes a very, very, very long time. You have to have bred most of the previous colors of chocobos, the green, the blue, and the black one. And then you have to have raced them in the gold saucer. You remember the chocobo races that we did to escape or to get out, to be released from or pardoned from the Corel prison? That's actually part of the chocobo side quest now. You can actually take chocobos that you've caught, ride them and race them in the chocobo races in the gold saucer, and as they win races, they can essentially level themselves up and become very good. And as they do that, that leans more toward getting the better chocobos. So as you level up certain chocobos, they can actually increase their likeliness of breeding the better chocobos. And there's a long series of side quests. I'm sure there's plenty of walkthroughs online, not only on YouTube, but probably also text walkthroughs that will guide you through getting a gold chocobo. Because it takes so long, and I really don't have the kind of time to do that much grinding and that much, especially the racing. The racing takes a very long time. The breeding and catching is not so much, but the racing takes a very, very long time to do. It takes too long for me to have the time for. So unfortunately, I will not be doing the entire gold chocobo side quest. Therefore, there should be some areas I will not be able to get. You see, there's the cannon mounted to Midgar now. So I'm going to show you some areas that we cannot get to, specifically only one really, that we can't get to unless we have a gold chocobo. I'm going to head up here to the upper right hand corner of the map. And kind of like Cactuar Island or Cactus Island, it is not actually on the world map as you see here. You know, zoom in, you see there's actually no island over here, but as you can see, there clearly is something here. This up here is called Round Island. Kind of obvious, it's a round island. And because it's nothing but grasslands, I cannot land the high wind here, unfortunately. The only way to get here is by gold chocobo because it can cross oceans. And what you would do is you would go into this cave up here, which is a materia cave. I'll show off the materia caves a little bit later. You would go into this materia cave, and you would get the most powerful materia in the game, the Knights of the Round materia. It is a summon materia that summons the Knights of the Round. It is a 13-hit summon that is extremely powerful, very high drain on the MP, of course, also. And it's extremely powerful and really only useful for fighting the optional super bosses of the game, specifically, Emerald and Ruby weapons. You've already seen the weapons, so it's not a spoiler there. You would take, along with other materia and other setups, you would take Knights of the Round, and you would fight specifically those, because that's your strongest way to do damage to those enemies. Because they each have about 1,000,000 HP each, and regular attacks, regular magic, while they can, with the right strategies, you can actually beat Emerald or Ruby. with, you know, standard attacks without using the Knights of the Round, but Knights of the Round would make it a whole lot easier. So the amount of grinding it would take just to get this materia, because of the Chocobo side quest, is too long for me to be useful. Therefore, I will not be getting the Chocobo, will not be getting the Knights of the Round materia. That in mind, I will also therefore not be fighting Emerald and Ruby Weapon in this series. I will say that I intend to come back here and fight them as bonus episodes. I take some time off screen, maybe I get plenty of, you know, off time and stuff, to maybe just come in here and do a bunch of grinding, grind up to get the Chocobos I need to get the gold Chocobo to come out here and do this, and then grind up my levels so I'm high enough to be able to take on Emerald and Ruby without too much trouble. So I may do that eventually. As of right now, that's not going to happen because, again, this isn't my. Unfortunately, this YouTube is not my job. I don't make enough money on YouTube to actually support myself in order to be able to make this my living as much as I'd like it to. So right now, this is just a hobby. So I don't have time with it. The fact that I have a regular 40-hour job, I don't have the kind of time to devote to that much grinding. So I will not be able to show off the Emerald and Ruby weapon fights. I will not be able to show off the Chocobo side quest. Not all of it. I will do some of it, but not all of it. And I won't be able to show off the Knights of the Round materia in this particular run. Again, I may come back to it in 6 months or a year or so, maybe, and do the bonus episodes and fight them and show off those kind of things then. So I will not be doing them here, unfortunately. That said, I will show off the things that I will be doing. Let me put my map back up here so I know where I'm going. I actually want to go back over here to these tiny islands up here because I do want to visit these islands real quick. Up here, I believe if we land here on the grass, and on the grass, there we go. Do we have manipulate materia on us? I think we do. I think it's on Cloud. Yeah, it's right there. Okay. There is an enemy here that I want to manipulate, a new enemy skill that we have not learned yet. I believe we can only learn it on the grass area, so I'm going to hang around the grasslands here, if this is where I'm thinking it is. Alright, we're on Goblin Island, exactly where I need to be. I could have gotten this enemy skill much as soon as we got the high wind, but I didn't take the time to come over here and get it because I just wanted to move on with the plot, basically. But as soon as you get the high wind, you can obviously come over here to this part of the island, or this part of the map, land here, and you'll come across these two guys here. Oh, this is not the one I'm looking for. What the hell is this? Under Lizard. What the fuck is this guy? It's not the enemy I'm looking for. Obviously, he's casting Petrified Frog, so he can actually cast Petrification and Frog on your character. But I should be immune to that. This is not the enemy I'm looking for. The enemy I'm looking for is called a Goblin, by the way. That's why it's called Goblin Island, just like Cactus Island. We're looking for Cactuars there. And what we're looking for, out of the Goblin, rather, are two things. We want to get a carob nut, which, hey, we already know what the carob nut is. We got it from the, we talked about it from the fuck? Maybe I do it on the, maybe go to the beach. I thought it was on the regular grasslands. These guys here called dual horns, again, nothing really hard to beat. I believe, no, not the carob nut, not the carob nut, I'm sorry. We need to steal a Zeo nut, or Zeo nut, from these goblins. We got a Pepio nut, that's nice. We want to steal a Zeo nut, because a Zeo nut, I believe, is what you need for catching a gold chocobo. And I'm only doing this to show off the gold, the Zeo nut, to show that you can steal it from these goblins. But also, you want to get a new enemy skill from these goblins as well. I'm on the beach, not the grasslands. Why am I seeing a grasslands fight? Anyway, you want to steal a Zeo nut from the goblins, and you want to manipulate him to get an enemy skill, assuming he doesn't cast it on you. An enemy skill called Goblin Punch. It's a physical attack, it's not really that devastatingly powerful. By the way, I wanted to show something off real quick. Our Barrett's steel material leveled up, so I reached level 2 now. As you can see, the steel material has been replaced with Mug. So, like the 2 times cut material on Cloud, when it levels up to level 2, 2 times cut will be replaced by 4 times cut. Just like here, the mug command has replaced the steel command. So now on the command menu for Barrett, as you can see, Steel has been replaced with Mug. And what Mug does, as I explained before, it will steal from the opponent but also attack at the same time. So it combines attack and steal. The reason I normally don't like Mug is because I'm trying to steal a specific item. I don't want to attack that particular creature, that enemy, because if I'm trying to steal a particular item, I want to successfully steal it. If I attack and steal at the same time, I could kill the creature, losing the opportunity to get the item. So that's why I don't really like leveling up my steel materia, but I did, so it's no big deal. If I'm really that worried about it, I can go ahead and just scrap that steel materia or sell it and go get a fresh new steel materia and just get the steel command, but it's no big deal. I'm going to go ahead and hang around the beach here, see maybe the goblins out here. I thought it was on the grasslands, but maybe it is on the beach. Once I actually come across a fight with a goblin, I will show you me stealing the Zeo nut and getting the enemy skill Goblin Punch. See, this is what we're looking for. Why is this showing grasslands? What the hell? Alright. When I get to the fight with when I find some goblins, I'll show you, so I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. I apologize for this little bit of misinformation. I forgot that you need to go to the forest area of Goblin Island, so what you need to do is go to the southern island. You see on the map here, look at the lower right-hand corner, you see the blinking red light is. I'm on the larger, lower portion of Goblin Island. You have the two smaller parts in the northern part of the island. Well, this whole area, both of those islands are considered Goblin Island, so I'm on the lower, larger one, and you need the forest area to find the goblins. So I apologize for the misinformation. You need the forest area here to find the goblins. So we're hanging around here for a little bit. We should come across a goblin. Any day now. Come on, goblins. And there they are. There's the goblins. Alright. We want to manipulate one, if we can. I think they are manipulatable. There's an easy chance that they'll cast Goblin Punch, so it's not very... okay, it missed, so there's a chance I can manipulate. So it's likely that they might actually cast Goblin Punch before I actually learn on the enemy skill by manipulation. Come on, Cloud, you can do it. Manipulate. Crap, put Cloud to sleep. I think he's immune to that, though. Yeah, okay, he is. I think we can thank Hades for that. Hades attached to added effect. Come on, Cloud, really? I should have put the Hypno Crown on Cloud. Let's go ahead and kill off the other two goblins, so it's less likely to do damages. They're not very powerful, but it's just easier to deal with. There's only one of them. Let's do. Sorry about that. Alright, there's Goblin Punch. We'll use Goblin Punch on Barrett because he's the one who has enemy skill materia. Alright, he's got it. I think Tifa has... No, Cloud should have the other one. So Goblin Punch on Cloud. Okay, what in the world? Why did he learn it? That's weird. Goblin Punch on Goblin V. Alright, now we'll kill this thing off. Well, I don't know what. I don't know. Okay. Barrett has enemy skill. Cloud shows the other one. Why didn't he learn it? Did he get hit with it or I didn't see this? I didn't see it? Materia. Goblin Punch. There it is. Okay, maybe. Okay, I apologize. Maybe he learned it when I was looking away from the screen. I didn't see that he had already got hit with Goblin Punch. So now we should have Goblin Punch on both of my materias. Magic Enemy skill. He's got Goblin Punch. And enemy skill, he's got Goblin Punch. Alright, she does not have enemy skill material on her, so she won't get it. But awesome. Okay. Let me go back and do another fight. I should have taken the time to steal off of that one goblin that I manipulated. Let me go ahead and take a moment to equip. Change that to the Hypno Crown. And I'll grab a Zeo Nut from this goblin. Okay, only one goblin this time, so it'll make it even easier. Alright, steal. Steal. I only have one steel material. Well, I have Barrett's mug material, but again, I don't want to use mug because I don't want him to kill the goblin by accident while I'm trying to steal this. There it is, the Zeo Nut. All right. Now we go ahead and finish this guy off. And that's how you get a Zeo Nut. You steal it from these goblins. As you can see, not very powerful offensively or defensively. 20 points and all right. And there we go. That's the whole point of the goblins, is to get the Goblin Punch and the... Maybe to show off getting the Zeo Nut. I won't be using the Zeo Nut, but at least I can show you how to do that. Alright. Now, let's see. Where should we go next? We could do some turbo breeding if we wanted to. Or we could visit some previous areas and say we don't have Hufy's and we don't have Vincent's level 4 limit break yet. Let's go get Vincent's level 4 limit break. It's going to take a little bit of time. Let's go ahead and get Vincent's level 4 limit break next. What we want to do, you can see right over there, there's another optional quest we'll be doing a little bit later. You see that monster in the middle of that hole there? That is Ultimate Weapon. We'll be dealing with him in just a little bit as well. But first we're going to do some of the quicker stuff. We're going to land right here. We're going to take the submarine back to the Lucretia Cave. You remember we went to the Lucretia Cave once. That's how we learned about we saw Vincent as an actual Turk. We saw the Lucretia was actually Sephiroth's real true birth mother. Now, Genova is more of a mother through... Oops, that's the wrong button. Genova is more of a mother through, I guess you could say... okay, where is Emerald? I don't want to run an Emerald by mistake. I don't see him. Alright, so we should be able to float just fine. I could have stayed on the surface and been fine. I could have avoided him that way and then just dove when I got over here to the western island, but that's okay. And what we're looking for is that the cave that leads to... Oh, hello. Hi, Emerald. We are ignoring you because we don't want to go to the Gelnica. One reason you're there, two, we just don't need to go to the Gelnica. So I need to go to I need to find the other path. We need to head to the that cavern that we saw the Lucretia, all that stuff with Lucretia and Vincent and Hojo and all that stuff. That's where we need to go. So we need to go over here, take a left. Now, again, there are multiple ways you can get there. You can actually get there by the submarine, or if you've already obtained a mountain chocobo, you can get the green chocobo. You can actually do that as well. You can get to this point as well. But here's the cave we're looking for. And again, just like before, when we saw the Lucretia stuff, you need to have Vincent in your party. And I know I don't have him right now, but I will do that as soon as I get back to the surface. After this cave, we should be in the right area now. Press B to surface. There we are. Park right over here. Get out. Quickly switch the PHS. Well, it doesn't matter who we change. We'll just bring Vincent in. Go over here into the waterfall cave. Head up here, and you see that little tiny blackish looking thing. It's in the middle of the place where Lucretia was. Walk up to it. Vincent will come out. and we received the death penalty, and we received chaos. What we got there is we got 2 of the end-game stuff. We got Vincent's ultimate weapon, the death penalty, and we have his level 4 limit break, chaos. So let's look at that stuff real quick. Vincent, Winchester, let's look at death penalty. It is, again, 8 slots, no AP growth. Attack power 99, attack percentage 115. This weapon, when equipped, deals an amount of, or I should put it like this, the attack power is based on how many kills Vincent has obtained. The reason that death penalty can be very powerful is if you've had Vincent with you throughout a majority of the game, granted you don't get him for quite a while as far as the storyline goes, but if you do get him early enough and you keep him in your party and you have him do a lot of attacking and a lot of killing, the death penalty can be another one of those weapons that does overflow damage or break the damage limit of 99.99 because it is based on how many kills that Vincent has obtained throughout the game. So obviously, in order for it to be super effective, Vincent has to have been in your party for a long time and killed a lot of enemies. Vincent, unfortunately, during my playthrough, has not been in the party very much, and when he has, probably hasn't gotten a whole huge number of kills, so the death penalty is not going to be a very powerful weapon for me anyway. But if you want to, you can put it on here, grind him up a lot, have him do a whole lot of killing. If you want to make sure that Vincent gets the kills, kill off your party members, kill off the Cloud and whoever your second party member is, and just go into battles like the Mithril Mines or the forest outside of Junon. Kill those groups of 5 Kappa wires in the groups of 5 or more in the Mithril Mines, and that'll build up the number of kills. But again, it will still take a huge amount of grinding in order for the death penalty to deal a huge amount of damage. So, and I do mean a lot. So it takes a lot of grinding in order for the death penalty to be, for lack of a better term, overpowered. So unfortunately for this playthrough, I will not be equipping or using the death penalty because it's not really worth it. On the other hand, I will, since Vincent has learned all of his previous limit breaks. Remember, Vincent only has 3 natural limit breaks, 1 per level: Galligan Beast, Death Gigas, and Hellmasker. With that, he's only got 3 of those. So now we go down here. Let's go ahead and arrange the items by type. We go ahead down here and find Chaos. There it is right there. Learn limit skill Chaos. Obviously, it's not for Cloud. It's not for Barrett. And we know this because Vincent was there when we got it. It's for Vincent. There we go. I'm getting less human. And we unlock the achievement Chaos. We now have learned Vincent's level 4 limit break Chaos. So, now, let's take this. So what I want to do, let's go to limit. Vincent, set, level 4 Chaos. Yes. Check it. Transforms to Chaos. Again, just like his previous forms, it is another Berserk form. Not devastatingly powerful in my opinion. I believe he's like all of his other forms. They've each got 2 attacks. One, I believe, is called Chaos Saber, where he essentially, I think, like attacks enemy with the wing. His character has got wings on it. The Chaos character has like some kind of wings on him, so it like attacks it with the wings. And then there's another one called Hell something, I think. I forget what it is, but it basically is I think it's a fire attack that brings like a skull face out of the ground and then swirls the enemy with fire attacks. Again, it's nothing really super awesome in my opinion, and again, it is Berserk, so not really that useful to me. So again, we'll show all the limit breaks off in a bonus episode, but I most likely will not be showing him or his level 4 limit break during this main series. Okay, with that, we are done with his limit break and level 4 item. We already have Yuffie's Yuffie's ultimate item in Conformer, which is a very good weapon. We go ahead and switch out Vincent back for Vincent for Tifa to bring her back in the party. And now what we're going to do is we're going to actually go get Yuffie's level 4 limit break item. Where do we get that? We get it back in our hometown of Wutai. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to meet you back at... I'll just meet you at Wutai. You already know where it is. It's that little white dot on the westernmost continent at the north. So I'm just going to save the trip of going back on the submarine, and I will meet you in Wutai. So be right back. Okay, here I am at VII, as I said I would be. While I'm here, what I'm doing here is I need to actually take Yuffie into VII, and what we're going to be doing is Yuffie in VII, rather, is going to be doing a series of one-on-one battles. So I went ahead and brought her into the party, and I set up with some gear and some materia just on her. I stripped everyone else of gear and materia and set her up specifically. So with Yuffie, I went with the Conformer, which is her ultimate weapon. Put the Shinra Alpha on her because it was the best armor with the best slots available that I wanted, and gave her a water ring to drain water attacks. As far as her materia, I gave her enemy skill. It's going to be her primary attack magic. She's going to be doing a lot of magic hammering, so that's what's important there. Counterattack, I want her to counterattack whenever she gets attacked. I'll make sure to remember to put her in the back row, and since her weapon is already long range, I don't need the long range materia because she's already going to be attacking from long range. Restored or cure herself in case there's any kind of weird thing that happens there. MP Turbo to make sure she gets the maximum amount of curing as possible. Double Cut, so in case I ever decide to do a physical attack, she attacks twice. Ultima, MP Absorb, that'll probably be like a last stand, or I don't want to say last stand, but I don't want to say like a desperation magic, but in case I really want to hit the enemy hard, I'll probably hit him with that. Hades added effect to prevent status ailments. Lightning Elemental, this one will drain all lightning attacks. Fire Elemental to block all lightning attacks, or fire attacks rather. Okay, that's my setup. We're going to put her in the back row. And she will enter VII and fight alone in one-on-one battle, a series of one-on-one battles in the next episode of Final Fantasy VII. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Check out the links at the end of this video for more of my videos. And thanks so much for watching. I'm Scoryth, the Crimson Renegade, and I'll see you later.